getting completely unpacked in my craft room, and right before I moved, I shared with you a really, really cool product by Spellbinders that they sent me last year, and it was their crafty advent calendar. Now, I will link to that video. It is phenomenal. Essentially, it's an advent calendar where you open up a little box every single day until Christmas, and inside each box you have a variety of fun craft supplies. Again, I'm gonna link that video so you can go and check it out. It sells out so fast every year, but I tell you all of this because right when I got mine, I opened up day one and then we moved. So I was obviously not able to create with mine. So once we got settled in my new craft space and I'm starting to unpack, I found my advent calendar and I just, well, it's February now, right? February, March. Opened the whole thing up, and I have to tell you about some of the goodies I found in there. So again, there are 24 little openings that you get to be surprised with each and every day, but here are a few that I felt like my eyes just had hearts in them. So this is the first little idea that came in one of the little openings. It's a stencil set, a layered stencil. Ugh, need I say more? So cute. I really want to play with this. I think this is gonna be so fun, so retro. I also saw in one of the little openings this little hello die. It also has the shadow layer. Look how retro and fun those letters are. I love the lettering there. And then I also, in two of the other boxes, there was some sequins mixes, which I love these because they are more of a holographic feel to them and so fun. So I don't know that each one of I think these items might be exclusive to the box, but regardless, let's create, let's have fun, let's get inspired. And you know what, with the craft supplies that you have in front of you, I'm sure you have a fun layered stencil, a fun die, and then some sequins. So grab what you have in front of you. I'm grabbing with some supplies that I just could not help but become head over heels for. And let's just go ahead, grab what we have, and create. First things first, let's grab a panel and tape this down. Now, actually, I'm already thinking that that's not what I want to do. Well, I want to put this right in the middle. Let me try. I can always, it's almost always famous last words, but I think we can do this. Now I'm going to leave room at the bottom. Let's do something like this. I think that's neat. Okay, now let's do some tape, but also I'm going to bring in some Heffy Doodle tape. So that, now they do have the little registration marks if you wanted to line those up accordingly, but I am going to be putting this on my exact panel, and so I don't want to have any additional marks, which also means, actually glad I brought that up, but it also means I need to cover those. So I'm covering all of the sides here. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a plethora of tape, but you know what? We're gonna be okay. So let's just do bloop, bloop, 3 and 4. Okay. I feel like it's a dental procedure, right? Have you guys ever had a dental work? This is probably the worst analogy ever, so forgive me. Actually, I don't even know why I'm bringing it up because I actually have legit dental fear. I don't know if anyone else in the world feels like that, but I have actual dental fear. And yeah, this conversation's going in a completely random direction, but it does. It looks like a dental procedure where they I don't know, mask off. Maybe I'm the only one who's had like an intense dental procedure. But I tell you all of this because, oh my goodness. Actually, I have no idea why I'm telling you all of this, but we're just gonna have some fun. Okay, so first color I'm using is Pink Lemonade from Concord 9th. Okay, but really, please make me not be the only one in the world that has dental fear. I'm always like, can you please just, I don't know, give me the silly laughing gas for a teeth cleaning. I can't. It's the noises, it's the everything. It's everything. Actually, it's, to be truthful, I had one really, really bad experience at the dentist, and it literally ruined it for me. So it was awful. Up until then, I was fine, but it really just takes one thing. Okay, I peeled off all of the little surrounding areas, being gentle here because again, this is my actual card panel. I don't want to rip my paper. And let's flip this up. Cute. Isn't that neat? Okay, so that is my first color. Let's also, I'll clean these off in just a minute, but now I want to line these up just so. I think that actually lines up super well. Oops, I might need a new piece of tape there. Actually, there we go. Waste not, want not. I think that lined up great. Okay, there's that. And then we have all of our next ones. Now I think what I'll do is, well, I don't want to bring in another color other than the next one I'm going to do is the honeysuckle, but why don't we just use one color twice and just do a different like tone on it, right? We could do one that's a little darker, one that's a little lighter. Okay, covering up all those little circles, those little registration marks. Okay, so let's see, should we do the pink lemon? Let's put the pink lemonade away and let's do honeysuckle, and we'll do the first layer super light. Okay, so very, very, very light here. Let's see what we can do. This is a pretty color. And then we'll use the honeysuckle once more, but the next round we'll go really bold, like a hot, hot pink. That way we have just a fun variety of pink on this card. I was reading, oops, that one got a little heavy. That's okay. I was reading Pinkalicious to my daughter tonight. She actually just learned to read this year, my little kinder girl. But I love that she still wants me to read to her. Even my second grader still loves to be read to. I love that. But it reminded me that when I'm using all this pink, that Pinkalicious is one of our favorites. We love that book. We've based an entire birthday party off of that book. It's just the cutest book ever. Okay, now, oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, again, I will clean these off later, but I have no time for that right now because I'm in my crafty zone. Okay, and then we'll do that there. Okay, and then let's just mask it all off once more. And actually on this one I can just, oh no I can't, I was gonna say, I can just bring that all in further and mask off, but it's gonna cover up one of those pieces. Oops, let me get ink all over my hands. Okay, there we go, and we'll just bring these right back in for the little marks. Back to honeysuckle, but this time we're going bold. We are bringing in this color at its fullest and finest. Do a lot of hot pink here. Okay, and we'll see if this actually takes on the tone of that sequins mix. I was kind of inspired by that sequins mix, but I don't have to use it, of course. And that's, you know, that's another thing about being a creative person, right? Like, it's worth talking about. Sometimes I feel like we have a set of craft supplies in front of us and we feel the pressure to use them, and it's at the detriment to our project. We think, oh my gosh, I have these all in front of me, I have to include everything. You know, I don't know what it is, but sometimes we do it. And again, I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes that's me too, where I have an idea and I want to see and include a bunch of different things, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And initially you think it does, right? But then you have to kind of slink back a little bit and say, no, I'll use that, you know, sequins mix, or I'll use that stamp set in another project. It's not working for the project currently in front of me. And I just say that because I think sometimes we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves to, I don't know, create in a certain way. Okay, So how fun is that? Okay, so and I love how this is like a little scallop. That's very cute. Kind of reminds me of like a gerbil or hamster, I don't know, habitat or something. Super fun. Okay, so now the only reason why I am determined to use, hold on, this little guy is because I feel like this is so retro. This is so retro. I feel like they just go hand in hand. So let's do it. I'm gonna clean up my space because I'm a genius. I'm wearing a white sweater, but around craft supplies and inks, that might not be the best choice. So let's just clean this up before my sweater gets ruined. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my little mini here, that clamped down. And I'm also going to bring in a piece of honeysuckle cardstock. And let's do the shadow layer out of that. I think that will be very pretty. So I'm just gonna trim a little piece off. And let's run this through. Okay, I have the shadow layer on the honeysuckle, and then I also have, oops, sorry about that, the hello on some white cardstock. I think that'll be super pretty. And let's run those through at the same time. Okay, there we go. All right, so now, oh, very nice. Okay, we have the shadow layer. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that color. And then these will come off in little pieces, which is just fine. I'm wondering if I should do more than one or if one will be good. I think one is actually going to be good. So let's do one. You could layer them and bump them up a little bit, but I think I'm going to add some foam tape behind the entire thing. So we'll save our dimension for an easier part of the project. Sometimes I just don't feel like gluing all the letters together. And then, you know, respectively, there are other times where I could just sit there and glue all day. So just kind of have to run with the mood you're in. But let's add dimension on the whole thing in just a bit. Okay, using my liquid glue, and let's grab some tweezers. Here we go. And add our liquid glue right to the back of these little letters. And then it's literally like a puzzle. You just have to kind of nuzzle them into the little area that's kind of mapped out for you. Oh yeah, that looks really cute. I like those colors together. Okay, we're looking for an E. Oh, and then we don't need the middle of the O, so we can say bye to that. And I'll just keep gluing these all together. Okay, finally I'm adding the O. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to trim down my panel just a bit, and I'm honestly going to just do it very simply with a paper trimmer. So let's do, I'm gonna make it small. I'm gonna do 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So let me go ahead and do that. 1/4 of an inch. And I think I got my stencil pretty even, so we should be just fine. So my final dimension is going to be, oops, hopefully I did that straight. Okay, it's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And I think that looks super nice. Okay, now put those away. We have this little cutie that we can do. Oh my gosh, this might be one of my favorite cards of the year. It's hard to say so early in the year, but I tend to do that. And that's okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's grab a card base and let's place that on there. Okay, I really think that because I want to keep the focus on the stencil and all of the pops of color that are being achieved there, I'm going to opt for a white card base, but you absolutely could create a really fun, beautiful look with a colored card base as well. So I have 110-pound cardstock, and and it is sized at 11 by 4 1/4, and then I will place my score line right at 5.5 because I want mine to be a top folding card. And this is an A2 size card, so my final card dimensions will be 4.25 by 5.5. And then with my little card panel here, I will simply add some foam tape to the back to add some subtle dimension. But let's open this. Let's place some magnets down to keep it steady. And then have a little foam tape here that I can quickly add to the back. Okay, I have all of the little liners removed. And add that right there. Okay, very nice. And then, like I said before, I'm going to add the dimension here. So I'll use my tiny foam squares. I have a bigger size as well, but I think the tiny is going to be great here, especially when we get to that age. In fact, we might even need to, nope, we got it. I was gonna say we might need to trim it down a little bit, but that worked perfectly. Okay, let's remove all of these little pieces and set this right on the card. Then we'll bring those sequins in and see if we can bring a little shine with those or if we want to do it elsewhere. Okay. I really liked how I originally had that right justified, so I think I'll do that. And I don't want to cover up too much of that, but I also want to kind of keep it a little bit higher on the card, so I'm going to do that. Super cute. You could add a sub-sentiment as well. That'd be beautiful. Okay, here are the sequins. Ooh, these could be super fun. I think between the two, oh, I don't know, they both look really neat, because that really does match that pink lemonade pretty well. I'll try to link these down below. They might carry these all the time. This kind of looks familiar. Let's just pour this just a little bit out to see. Actually, I think this is gonna work really nice. I'm gonna opt to not use that one this time, but I do like this tone. And also the lighter tone kind of balances out that we used that darker pink earlier with the offset. So I think light here will be just fine. Okay, I actually really do like that. I like the smaller of them though, so we're gonna do that. And I'm going to do something like, oops, sorry for my head. Get up close and personal with my sequins here. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. Looks good. Let's place them down. I'm tucking that first one. Okay, I feel like my sequins, or I feel like my glue lately has just been kind of like a volcano where it just kind of keeps bubbling up that spout. I don't know what's going on. I've never had that problem with this before, and I've had this same bottle for quite a while, but something might be, let me know if you have had that happen. Maybe I don't know, maybe I need a new bottle or something, but it's just kind of constantly erupting. Okay, I like that. I think that's really cute. Okay, let's flip this around so that I can add my final stamp to the back. My little Made by Bethany, or Handmade by Bethany. I'm being more mindful to include this. Okay, and I'll link where I purchased this down below in case you want to add your little handmade. Oops, I keep doing that lately, that little top part. But you know what? Like I always say, it truly is handmade, so that's fine. Adds a little bit of handmade-ness to it, right? Okay, so there is the final card. Now again, I'm sorry that you can't purchase these actual products. Again, it was part of the advent calendar, but I'll try to link things that are similar, but I will repeat that you can do this with any layering stencil, any sentiment any sentiment die. So don't get too frustrated with me in the comments. Let's just keep having fun crafting. Not everything we can purchase exactly the same, but sometimes we just do have fun and gain inspiration. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I really enjoyed bringing this one together. I think this turned out super sweet. It was fun to get creative and bring a few of those little elements together. And watch out, in the fall, they put that advent calendar on sale. Again, I'll place that video down below so you can see me unbox it. It's super, super cool. It's a very fun idea. But if you enjoyed this, be sure to give this a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next video.